I'm annoyed. This is the third time I've filmed this because to save failures. Now I've had a life full of failure. No stranger to failure. But this is ridiculous. Hi, Red here, Rebecca. Just not Becky. Times 3. So, I thought I'd do a Q&A today. Something a little different. My bra straps slipping. So, I asked on Instagram for some questions and I didn't think anyone would answer, but a couple people did. So I'm not only going to talk to myself. Pretty cool. So I'm going to start with those and then I am going to talk to myself just a little bit. Oh, now my nose itches. So, first question came from, oops, I soiled my planties. When did you first find your love of plants? What inspired you to start your YouTube channel? Do you plan on doing anything besides planty content, or will it strictly be a plant-oriented channel? And she said oriented, not orientated. I love that girl. All right, first, my love of plants. Okay, so in college, I had a friend who had a plant in her room. It wasn't a marijuana plant, but there were a bunch of those, not in her room. And it was a wax plant. A Hoya now that I know, but it was called a wax plant, we thought. Well, it was a wax plant. Anyway, it was a wax plant. And I thought it was so cool, and we all loved her plant. So after college, I always had plants in every apartment I had. They kind of came and went, but I always had plants. Some of them died, some of them I got bored with, stopped watering, some of them I just got rid of. One plant I've had for, God, probably 20 years is this tiny little cactus. I should have grabbed it and showed you. I would literally go months and months and months and months and months and months without watering it, and it never died, so I still have it. I recently repotted it thinking, God, I should probably do something. It's never been repotted. It's still just doing well. Anyway, and then I really got serious about them after my twins' funeral. And that was 2001. I got a couple of plants for it, or at the funeral, and I fell in love with them and did not want to lose them, so took really good care of them and then started getting more plants. One of them was it wasn't massive. It started out about this size, aloe. Over about 12 years, it got humongous. I repotted it a bunch of times, but eventually, and staked it and all sorts of stuff, but eventually it got so big, I couldn't do anything anymore and it broke. It fell over and broke. So I saved a couple of its babies, and this is what I have left. So yeah. And then from there, it grew. When I moved into this place, like a year and a half ago, I asked on Facebook if any friends had babies from any of their plants that they would like to share with me, so I could fill this place up with plants that would be plants from friends, so I could fill this place with love and greenery from people who I cared about. And a bunch of people did. And so now I have plants that have grown from love of friends, and one friend gave me a bunch of full plants that she had extras of. So a lot of them are from her. So then from there it just grew. So now that's where the massive addiction came from. Are you sucking kidding me? Asked. What state do you live in, and what inspired your plant addiction? What feeds it? I know a lot of us are in it for self-help. What's your story? So I live in Wisconsin, and I love Wisconsin. I love the winter. I love the seasons. I love fall and winter the best. Not a fan of heat and humidity. We get a lot of heat and humidity in the summertime. Spring is dirty and muddy and wet and not my thing. We get maybe a week of pretty spring and that's it. So winter I dig. What feeds my addiction? Oh, I forgot one of her other questions. I'll go back. I am loving the science part of plants, and I did not like science when I was growing up. I'm an artist. I didn't get into that at all, but now I love the botany part of it and the experimentation. So actually at the university where I work, one of the benefits that's cool is that I can audit or take any of the classes that have room for either free or extraordinarily low cost. So I think I'm gonna, whenever I can fit it in, if I can get into, I'm gonna take some of the botany or biology kind of classes. And so that's a big part of it, but also I have anxiety like most of us in the plant community, and it is a form of meditation for me, and it really does help calm me and make me focus. I've missed what inspired me to start my YouTube channel. I was doing a YouTube channel with my daughter. It's linked in my featured channel section, Jungle in a Box, but she only did a few videos and she just is too busy. She works, she has a bunch of AP classes in high school, and she's a rugby player. She's a state all-star. And so she just doesn't do it. But I was always behind the camera kind of commenting. I was kind of her Ed McMahon to her Johnny Carson. And I did the editing and all of that kind of stuff, and I had so much fun with it. So when she wasn't doing it, I thought, well, maybe I'll do my own. Plus, I embarrassed her all the time, so I could be a little more free on this one. All right, next question. Ruthie's Succulent Obsession says, I love your superhero theme. What or who is Plantastica's arch nemesis? Also, you must love superheroes. Who is your favorite? So, yeah, I don't do superheroes or comic books. I just really love graphic design, and I love that look. And I don't watch a lot of movies. I've not seen a lot of the classics or the super popular movies. People give me a hard time about it all of the time. So yeah. But Nemesis. Pestasticon. Pesticon. Yeah, I just had that aphid thing that I had to deal with, and that's all cleared up. And then today, yeah, I had to put my Monstera deliciosa to pasture. It's out in the snow on my balcony. Yeah, the big one that's always behind me in videos, gone. I've been dealing with thrip on it since I got it from Hertz Garden like 8 months ago, and I finally gave up. So upset. Now I don't have a deliciosa. I have a couple cuttings that are like crap. Not really the week I wanted to lose that plant. I love that plant. It was one of my favorites. So, yeah. Maybe I'll get a memorial deliciosa or something. Or like a lickety split or something for Rainy and Grace. Maybe I'll splurge if I can find a cheap one. Get it on their birthday or something. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what superheroes my favorite? I don't know many. Well, I mean, I know who some of them are, but I don't know what they do or anything. They're not favorites. The only thing I could think about was something I used to do as a kid, and I assume they're superheroes then. Be like, Wonder Twin power activate, form of a moisture meter. So, like Wonder Twins? Yeah. Okay. I don't know how to say her name. Marcy-Garrel? Maybe? I'm sorry. What are your favorite indoor plants, and what plants have been more challenging? I love Rhipsalis and I love epiphytes. Love. And I hardly have any, but I love them. They're my favorites by far. And what have been more challenging? I don't know how challenging. I mean, they're doing okay. They've bloomed a bunch and stuff, but they are such drama queens and they need so much from me. My apicias, I have 2. They're gorgeous. I mean, they're metallic leaves and stuff, but they've lost a bunch of leaves. They flop and they look like they're dead. I water them. I don't know. I don't know. Apicias. All right. Millennial Planter asked a couple. what was the plant that fueled your addiction? So I kind of already answered that. And your favorite genus of plant, and do my kids have a similar sense of humor to you? Okay. Favorite genus of plant, I'm going to say epiphytes, and I'm going to say epiphytes. Really, this is one of the only ones I really have, and it's one of my favorite plants. It's my night blooming cactus, or my Epiphyllum oxypetalum. Yeah, I know I didn't say that right. So this one, I love it. It's grown a lot, and I got it on Facebook Marketplace for like $5. It's got a new stem. This is the veining on this right here. Remind you of the veining on any body part. I think things that I say like that might have something to do with why I have my thumbs downer. Hey, baby. Yep. Okay. Do my daughters have a similar sense of humor as me? Yeah, they do. It's not as inappropriate. At least it doesn't come out of their mouth if it is, because they're very, very, very good kids. But yes, and it comes from my dad. And my dad was an old World War II guy, and that generation didn't have a filter, and it was not very PC, the time. But my dad was the best with a dry, sarcastic, weird sense of humor, and he had a twinkle in his eye and a smart ass shit-eating grin on his mouth all of the time. And I adore him, and I miss him like crazy, and I will always be a daddy's girl. This is him. My favorite picture, because that shows off his sense of humor. I love him. He was an industrial arts teacher. He taught woods, drafting, photography, all that kind of stuff. So I grew up with a darkroom in my basement, which is why probably I'm a photographer now. I designed my first house when I was in junior high. I have the blueprint still. It was a very pretty 80s split level home. So Libby was a year and a half when he passed, and Amelia was not born yet. So when she was born, oh my God, I know my dad is in that girl. Okay, so that's that. So let's see. Oh, and yeah, it makes them really hard when on the rare occasion I get angry, because they think it's funny then, because it happens so very infrequently. They think it's funny, and then they get that little grin on their face, or have to fight laughing at me, which means then I have to fight laughing. All is good. Are there any planty trends you just can't support? I think they're the same as everyone's. Spray painted plants, glued things on plants. Sorry, it's not more exciting, but I think that's really all it is. Okay, so those were all the questions I got from other people. Now I'm gonna have a conversation with myself. So Rebecca, yes, if you could collaborate with any plant tuber, who would it be? Well, there's two that live pretty close in proximity to me. Nicole from My Clean Leaves is probably only 3.5, maybe 4 hours away. And Ripley from Wisconsin Wonder Garden is just a couple hours away too. So they would be awesome and easy to get to. There's a bunch of other ones that I would love to, but they're all far away. So that would entail gas money or flight money and broke single mom. So, and plus, I don't know if any of these people would ever even want to meet me. For all I know, any of these people could be my thumbs downer. So with Nicole, I think it could be so hilarious if we did a Packers versus Bears kind of thing. However, we would have to both speak exclusively in very thick Wisconsin and Chicago accents, yeah? So, hey, I think we could go to the Packers Pro Shop, and she could drink some beers, and I could eat some cheese curds, and then we could go plant shopping, hey? Yeah. So I think we could maybe even spot some deers, And then in Chicago, we could go to Soldier Field. Oh, did they tear down Soldier Field? But we could watch the Bears and the Packers, and she could drink some beers, hey. And maybe see an 20-point buck. And then with Ripley, you know, I don't know. He's very, very sweet. I might be too inappropriate for him. Although he did just make a big balls joke in a recent video. So then that gave me a little bit of hope. But you know those videos, the cooking, like when there's a cooking segment with a cooking expert and then they have the news anchor join them, like on morning's news things, and the anchor doesn't know what they're doing and they kind of screw everything up. Could be kind of fun for me to help Ripley with like one of his informational videos. So, yeah, that would be it. Rebecca, yeah. What are your wish list plants? Okay, so I want so badly, they're not rare, a big Adansonii. I have a 2-leaf cutting that has finally one little leaf coming, but I know it's not fenestrated. A rickrack cactus, a fishbone cactus. I'd love to have some more philodendrons. I have nothing, and I don't need rare philodendrons. I'm talking like, I don't even have a green heartleaf philodendron. I have my Big Mama Brazil, and I have the little, is it a neon or a lemon lime, the trailing philodendron. That's it. I love philodendrons, but I mean, I have a Prince of Orange, but it is like nothing. I got it from Home Depot a while back, and it looked like it was rotting, and I got it anyway, and it has done nothing. It looks horrible. Okay, so that's that. Last little bit of questions here. Rebecca, yeah. What do you do for a living? I'm a campus safety campus safety officer at the local university, so I work in the middle of the night, and I patrol by myself, and I go into all of these huge and very old buildings, and I have to pretend to be very brave. I go through them and make sure that they are, you know, that everything's okay in them, that they are secure and locked, and no one's hiding out in them, nothing scary is going on in them. I take care of the students and the faculty, and, you know, tons more stuff, whatever. But I have to pretend to be very brave because it is very, very, very haunted. And that is not like, oh, was that the boiler? Or could that have been something? There's like documented lots and lots and lots of stuff every single day. And I have had 4 very legitimate experiences already, and I've only been there a month. I was even touched. No question, touched. Okay, Rebecca, what did you study in college? Well, that's a good question. I was very involved in art. I was on scholarship for trombone, and I have a degree in sociology and anthropology. Rebecca, do you have any special talents? Why, yes, I certainly do. You're welcome. Rebecca, if you could pick up and move, where would you go? Canada. They won't take me. I have epilepsy. I'm broke. And I don't have a job that no one there can do. So I'd have to stick with Alaska, Washington State, something like that. Rebecca, if one like famous YouTuber could see your channel, who would you want it to be? I would want Jenna Marbles to see, because I would want her to see that I basically have another Kermit and Marble. Poppy is part Italian Greyhound, has the exact same shape as an Italian Greyhound, except he has 3 legs. So he is basically Kermit in a different color, missing a leg. And is this not Marble in a different color? Yeah, so Jenna Marbles. Plus, I think she's hilarious. And do you know that I never even knew who she was or anything until finally my daughters got me to watch a video like 2 months ago. And then like since then I've binged everything and I never miss her, and I think she's the most fabulous thing on earth. Yeah, and her plant tour, I mean, come on. Okay, last question. Rebecca, yes. If you could live with one plant tuber, who would it be? Duh. And I have messaged the person and told them this and offered, and they turned me down. I can't imagine why. Rachel and Casey from Heart Shaped Leaves. I want to be their plant wife. I want to live with them. I have some things to offer. Not a lot, and they may not be that worthwhile or useful, but some. Please, Rachel, Casey, let me be your plant wife. Please. For all I know, they're my thumbs downers. Maybe it's because I'm stalking them. That's all I got. Please let me know if you'd like to see some of those ideas I have for other non-planty related material. Shoot, did I even tell you about them? I've done this video 3 times now. I don't remember what I said in this video. The ideas were ghost tour at the university and tell you the ghost stories that I've experienced, take you around in the middle of the night on a couple of my walks through some of the buildings that are haunted, meet my pet tour, and then tell you about the insane squirrel saga of December 19 that's going on right now in my house that I rent and my landlord's expecting me to take care of. And then other things. So let me know if you want to see any of those things. And then, like I said, Saturday, planning on doing a video all about my twins and being an advocate for your own health. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. We'll see if this saves or if I do this 4th time. So have a plantastic day.